Right, so today we're going to strip the frame down completely. I need to get every single nut and bolt off the forks, frame, the rear section, the wheels off, everything completely stripped down, just to give me a chance to assess the frame and see how much rust there is. Once I've got everything completely stripped down, including the engine, and I'll have a run through of all the damage that I've found and what I need to do to make it right again. So I've sort of found a few places where I can get parts from. I just need to make a list. I mean, I've got a list as long as my arm already for the engine, and that's just to make the engine work again. So today is to do the same task as what I've done with the engine to the frame, and then at least I'll know what to order. So I'm just going to time lapse everything just so you can see the full breakdown of the whole frame, and then we'll assess the situation once we've done that. So let's go. Right, so as you can see now from the time lapse that's just been on, this is what we're left with. The frame is now completely stripped. I've stripped the handlebars down. I've made a list of every bit that I need to order, source, parts, whatnot, just to try and get things moving and try and get some orders placed for all the parts I need. So I've left the handlebars on for a reason, purely because when I'm prepping this frame I want to be able to keep the bike in this position. I've got a few ideas of how I'm gonna cut this about and replace this back panel. So what I've got here is a whole new rear replacement panel which obviously fits here. Now this, just by holding it up against the frame, is not an exact match. I mean, it's very close but not pinpoint accuracy perfect. And there's also this panel here which is a strengthening panel which goes up inside here, so this part goes into here, like so, isn't it? Something like that to fill that gap in. Now I've never sort of done any body work to this extent before on anything. I know the issue is it's probably, I'll zoom in a bit in a bit to show you this, but this is where the rear suspension fits onto. Now I need to be able to retain this position pretty much as is. I want this to look like there's never been any work done on it, even though obviously people will know. I've got to try and retain this little moulding piece here, and this stud. I think you could probably get a new one of these, but I think I can salvage it. So I need to be able to get this position exactly right. I need to keep this in line all the way through here. I've got a few plans which I'll show you once I'm ready to set this up. I want to set this up on make a little jig really as such, and set some laser lines up and stuff, which I'll show you when I'm ready to cut. But I need to get, basically now I'm just going to get this all sanded back in this area here and here, ready so I can cut this further back than I need for now, just so I can get this bit off, and then I can make some templates up and then mark exactly where I need to cut this back. Hopefully this all feels pretty good all around here. So this bit here, both sides, is a bit rusty, but I think I'll be able to clean this up. So that's what I'm going to do now, and then I'll see what I find and uncover on the way, and I'll tell you at the end what I've sort of discovered. So let's get it going.
Rick Manson's World Motion Tour is over, and what a success it was. Manson over $14 million to fight heart disease.
The ads can now be seen inside public bathrooms.
The lucky winners of this past weekend Super Luck Draw. The pair came forward to claim their electric. A 9-year-old Metro Tracy
Okay, so after a few hours there of sanding, grinding, and whatnot, I've sort of got this now down to ready for me to sort of start cutting about. There's still a lot of rust on the inside, and as you've just seen, I put some rust remedy on this rust here. I just got to turn it over and do the other side once this is sort of cured off. You just need to leave it sort of half an hour, and it's meant to turn black if it's doing what it's meant to do. And as you can see, this is now sort of going black, so you'll see that on the time lapse. It's still time lapsing now, so when the time lapse is going, you'll probably see me recording this bit, but it is what it is. So I need to leave this just to cure off, and then I can just wipe this off. I mean, that is gone as black as you like, so this is definitely working really good. The stuff I'm using is this here. I don't know if it's going to focus. You can fill the whole screen up. No. I'll put a link to this in the description, which is, I think I bought this off Amazon. I've used this loads of times before, but the stuff I had was a bit old, so I bought a new tin purely for this project. So, and I'll also put a link in the description of the grinding discs I'm using for this. They're not actually a grinding disc, they're like a resin type disc. One of my friends put me onto these. You can sort of go onto metal quite hard with them. It doesn't actually grind the metal away, it literally just takes the surface off what is already there, like the paint. None of this is literally take any metal off at all. So they're really good for taking paint off. I mean, and also you saw I used a bit of paint remover there. It's literally just to get in all the knocks and crannies and the grooves and that, where I didn't want to use a grinding disc. And that's literally, there's no paint left anywhere on there at all now in these grooves. So that's, I think, for preparation for this, obviously there's still a lot more preparation to do. But for now, for me, for cutting this back and getting all the old bits off, that's sort of as good as I need to be, really. And once I've cut this back section off, I can get into this pocket a lot better and get that all cleaned out and whatnot. But I mean, it's looking so much better already inside here. So for now, I'm just gonna get this all cured off. In the next video, I'll be setting this up on a jig. I'll do a little bit of experimenting off camera to sort of see how I think it's going to work. But I'm going to set a jig up and get some lines up, and I need, this is going to sit as good as I can get it in line. But I'm not sure how exact I'm going to be able to get it. I think I'm going to get it within a few millimeters. I don't think I'll be able to get it millimeter perfect, because the holes are very, and I mean very slightly different. So anyway, I might be able to get it exact, but we'll see. So hopefully you can come along in the next video and you'll sort of see me cutting this rear end off and sort of trying to position everything in position ready to weld. So we'll see how we get on next time. So see you in the next one.